dance on the outskirts of town. In the back 40, there's a party going down. Bonfires raging, and you know that country band has got it right. One thing's certain, that we're in for a hell of a night.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us here today. That there was Hell of a Night by Rick Snyder. So we hope you enjoyed that. This is the inaugural version of The Cabin, featuring Don Pierce, Sauerkraut, and a number of guests. Should we go around the room or around the table and introduce everybody one by one? Don, what do you think?
I think so. I think that would be a great thing to do.
All right.
Start with Mr. Robert Eskridge there. Let's start with him.
Yeah, so we got Mr. Robert Eskridge to my right now. I don't know if he'll be to my right all the time, but Robert, say hi so that the camera will
how you
show
doing?
you.
Appreciate you having us today. It's going to be good.
Awesome. There you go. So we got Robert Eskridge. Then we have the Enemy Line right underneath with a beautiful dog. I'm not sure what the dog's name is, but he's there.
On the bottom, right next to stop video, the green button.
I'm not sure if they heard us or not, but
I don't know if they heard us or not. Anyway, they're looking in. Anyway, hi guys, we're talking about you.
Oh, they're muted. They're unmuted.
Doesn't say anything about audio on here.
Oh. They're having problems with their audio. Okay, no problem. We'll move on. We got Scott Howarth.
Yeah.
Hello, coming to you from London, Ontario today. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Awesome.
Hey, there's my buddy Scott. I love Scott, man. He's got some great tunes, man. Got to check his website out. Hey, Scott, I got a question for you, man. Did anybody ever figure out what your logo was when you were on our show?
No, it's a pretty hard one to get unless you're above a certain age. People have no idea what that is.
Oh, there's a shot. There's a shot, man. Thanks, Scott.
I know what it is, folks. I know what it is. Shot at both of us.
Oh, look, he's got an Aaron Allen shirt on. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I invited Aaron.
Got the anchors.
But unfortunately, he had a conflict.
Maybe he back out and come back in.
Man, but too bad for that. I invited him, said if he had some time just to pop in, send him the code, so he might just pop in.
Anyway, we're not getting anything audio-wise from them.
I think they the Enemy Line cut out there for some reason. So
yeah, I can hear them, but they can't hear us.
We can hear them loud and clear.
Let me text Kurt there, and I'll tell him that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the next panel here. The next person in the panel, anyways, we got Mr. Rick Snyder, who we heard a little bit of his music, Hell of a Night. He's got that, what do we call there? Oh, they've disappeared, but what do we call the outlaw country side there? Isn't that what we call your work there, Rick?
Yeah, well, first, thanks for having me. I don't know what you call it, man. I just like making the music and whatever.
Yeah,
it's called.
that's what we call it. We call it music, right? At the end of the day, one way or another, whether it's outlaw country or if it's old timer country or if it's new era or pop country, it's music at the end of the day, isn't it?
It's not hip hop and it's not Taylor Swift. That's all I know.
There's the guy that I love right there, Mr.
Somewhere
Rick
in
Snyder,
between
under
hip
my
hop
own
and
heart
Taylor
and
Swift.
Taylor, Mr. Taylor. Yeah, you know what? Rick, you know you're my buddy, man, and me and you got the same views on Taylor. Okay, let's move on.
Yes, there we go. So the next person we have Corey Stevenson. Corey, how's it going, Corey?
What's up, man?
Not too much.
There's the dude. Hi, Corey. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
What a great tune, man.
Thank you.
That is, you know what, I got to tell you, it was one of the quickest keep-its we've ever had in the history of Access Radio.
Man, that makes me feel good.
Man,
sure.
357 keep-its in a matter of before your song started and ended.
That's awesome.
Man, and you got a new one coming out. We'll talk to you about that a little later. That's pretty cool. Bev sent me that. That's a pretty cool tune, man.
Well, thank you. Yeah, she's been great to work with, and she produced helped me produce an awesome album. She's, like I said, she's just awesome.
Perfect. Okay, next one.
We've got Robert Hiscock joining us from all the way from Newfoundland thereby. I guess that would be kind of north of me, but to the east. He's our eastern boy there. I guess Rick is kind of to the east of me as well. So, Lord Tundra, thank you for joining us here today, Mr. Hiscock.
Hi, guys.
Oh,
Thanks
Lord.
for having me. I really appreciate it. Just to let you know, I'm only here to babysit, so hey, it's
Yeah.
all good.
That's it. Grandpa George is right
Yeah.
here. Yeah, but wait,
Here to
but he's
bake.
Robert though.
Robert,
Grandpa Robert.
that's my job.
Yeah, there's the cop right there, Mr. Bear.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, you are #1 cop around here. Mr. Bear looks after everybody on our chat at www.axisradio.ca on the countryside. When you artists come into our chat, he is the guy that makes sure that when we do allow guests in there, we don't do it very often. It's usually just for the artists, but sometimes we do open it up to the general public, and Bear is there to police everybody for their nonsense. So thank you for doing that, Bear. You're always a big part of our show, and we welcome you to this one.
It is my pleasure.
Perfect. Let's move on.
And
Big show here.
last but not least is Mr. Lyle Manring. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
You got it.
You
all
got it
right.
right.
Yeah, we got somebody else calling in from telephone.
That's enemy
so-
line coming back.
Yeah, but I think there we go. Let's see if that's working now. But Lyle, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm out here in the great state. I kind of made my way via Ohio, moved down here in about 99 and kind of been banging around Georgia ever since. A little bit of time in Florida, but yeah. So thanks for having me, guys. And nice to see put a couple faces now with some names. Mr. Pearson, thank you. And also Rick, talked to him a couple times. Nice to finally see you in person.
There you go. Yeah, we're making some introductions here for sure. And you know what, Lyle, I made him leave you till the end for a reason.
Uh-oh.
Because I want to pick on you.
Okay.
What a great friggin' song, Redneck in Training.
Thank you, sir.
We got a redneck in training, and then we have the educated redneck
one over
with
here,
Robert
yeah.
Eskridge.
I claim that title.
Yeah. All right. Hey, there's
You
a lot
gotta
of
own it. You gotta own it.
rednecks and hillbillies up in the Ohio area where I'm from.
Right.
Wow, man, like what a great number that is. What a great tune. I got to tell you, when I first seen that on YouTube, I said, I got to reach out to this guy. And I sent the video to Sauerkraut, and it wasn't like 20 minutes later, you emailed me. And I'm thinking, you know, the good Lord is on my side because, you know, like when I see great talent, I get it. You know, it's incredible to have the likes of Scott here and Mr. Robert Eskridge and yourself now. That song has gone crazy throughout the U.S. and now it's going nutso over in Europe, man. Like what a great boost to your career that song did.
You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, I really didn't start putting anything together until last year. Beverly Gosden Jenkins kind of helped me introduce me to some folks in the recording end of things. Went to Nashville and did some stuff, and then also did some here in Georgia this past year. One of them being Redneck in Training. I went back and redid all the vocals on that on the main track and added some dobro and some banjo to it, and just really filled the sound out. My singing got a little bit better over the last year, and there's just a few things in there I wanted to correct. And these guys at Tune Designer did an amazing job with the new stuff and then reworking the old stuff. And it wasn't long after that I got I got in touch with a videographer out of Nashville, Lance Goodman. He came down, he stayed with me for 2 days. I put him up at the house here. We shot for 2 days at a friend of mine's property, and we had a blast. I bet he filmed enough to do a full-length feature movie. It was unbelievable the amount of footage this guy did. He did an amazing job, very professional, and very quick to get things back with me too.
I'll tell you what
really
an
cool
amazing
experience.
video it was, and what
incredible.
You know, I bring it up because what an incredible idea that you had, and I bring it up because of all the artists here today. Is what an incredible idea that you had, and I noticed it on your video right off.
Mm-hmm.
Includes paid advertisement. What a cool thing for an artist to do, man, to make a little extra bucks on the side. Like, that's a cool idea.
I was trying to offset the cost of the damn video, to be honest with you.
Smart
It was not cheap.
Yes, yeah.
And everybody here can vouch for it. Scott and Roberts, I'll say the Roberts. And is Enemy Line back?
Yeah, they're back. I don't know if they can hear us now.
Oh yeah, like what a smart thing. Like, did anybody else here, like, Robert Eckridge? Like, did you ever think of that? Like, adding like a paid advertisement to your videos? Like, what a cool
No.
idea.
Sometimes though, you get into a fight with the major guys like Vivo, CMT, all those places that carry the videos like that.
Yeah.
They won't let you do it. You have to have certain requirements, or else they won't even air it, and that's sometimes a bit of a headache.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
yes.
Stuff is for sure.
with us, so I mean, I'm allowed to embed paid advertisements as well, as long as we say that there is a paid advertisement, because we have a couple on some of our YouTube channels that do say that as well, that there is a paid advertisement in here, and then we say, by the way, this is a paid advertisement from so and so, and blah 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 blah. As long as it's all above board and ahead of time, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Obviously, with CMT, I don't know what their rules. Obviously, they want to make money off of revenue.
They sell advertising.
Right. So that's where the conflict comes in, right?
Whole thing, but when you're doing just a video that you're going to put out like that, like what a cool idea. I thought to myself, like, there's a kid, and I can say that because I'm old too, just like Robert Estridge and Robert Hitchcock. But anyway, I can say that. But what a cool idea that was to make.
I was just going to say,
Go ahead,
did you
break
just
out
call
the
him an
fuck
asshole?
word here, you fucker. Call me old.
You can say that. Yeah, you can, because it's a podcast. You can say the word fucker. You can. So, hey, it was just one question. One friggin' question. Everybody's having a great time, but who the fuck's got the bourbon and the beer here? Like, come on. Yeah. Where is the bourbon? There you go. There's
I've got my
boys. Yeah, there you go.
Blanton's.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Scott, bullshit. Scott, I'm calling bullshit on Scott. He's going to have Bombay and beer, that fucker.
Palm Bays and beer.
I almost forgot I could say that in here now. But see, bears like me, man. It's got to be the capital P now.
It's Well, he's still got his whiskey mixed in there. Don't you worry. He's not showing it above board.
Now the
Hey, did enemy line get back in or what?
Well, enemy line's here. I don't know if they can hear us.
Can they hear us or what? Are they involved or? I don't fucking know.
Well, they're sitting there. They're enjoying it. I don't know if they can hear us. Everybody.
Anyway, you know what? You figure it out. I want to talk to Scott.
If you can hear us,
I want to freaking talk to Scott. Hey, yeah, everybody
they can hear
wave
us.
at him.
We can't hear you though. They hear. They hear fine.
I want to talk to Scott and Corey too for a minute, man. You guys are kind of young. Scott's not that young, but Corey, you're young. How is the music industry, like some of these old fuckers here we have with us today, influenced your music and your style and stuff like that? Because, like Robert Eskridge, kind of big deal in country music, from the past and present. Don't shake your fucking head. No, don't do that. Guy plays in the
ship sailed, man.
Yeah, that ship sailed my ass. Yeah, played with George Jones, kind of fucking sailed. Yeah, bullshit. You're just starting. You're just starting to grow the whiskers on the chin there and coming back for a
Stern
new
is
fight.
silver too. That's part of the problem. I'm gonna have to get me some man brush.
You notice I went and did shave mine off, Robert? It was way too white.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't shave mine. Mine hasn't started to turn white yet.
I got some questions
It's
for
barely
Scott.
started to grow in. Still got that baby face going on. This is about 6 months worth of stubble.
Whatever the hell they want, right? Like, Corey, jump in there. Lyle, jump in. Don't be afraid to talk here, man.
Yeah, the only rule is that you're not allowed to make fun of sauerkraut. You can make fun of anybody else except for sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a bunch of great guys, though. Like, when you guys, like Robert Eskridge, Scott, and all that, when you guys hear a song like Corey's there, Cold December Wind, does that give you, like, some great inspiration for, like, there's a future here for independent music? Because you guys have been around a long fucking time.
Actually coming back.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, does that style of music, is it coming back? Like Rick Snyder, like, you're the CEO, fucking co-CEO of record label. When you hear a song like that, does that cause some excitement for you today? To see that come back, that style?
It does. And I had this conversation with someone last night. I said, I think it's already started. You see a lot of the old style stuff coming back. I mean, and I do believe there's a place for everybody's music out there. No matter what you're playing, I just say, play what you love, do what you love, and I see it come back. I mean, how quick it happens, I don't know, but I mean, it's where my heart is. So, I think a lot of people are following suit. I mean, with people like yourself and a lot of stuff in the way the world's going on now, it seems a lot more people are turning to, you know, stuff that you can find on the internet as opposed to your radio station. That's where a lot of that stuff's getting played. And I think the mainstream stuff's really starting to take notice, or if they're not, they should. And
yeah, like we got guys like yourself and Scott. Like you got a local radio station in your neck of the woods that is playing your stuff on mainstream radio. Am I wrong or am I right? That 101 Ranch, they've got you on there.
Yeah, they picked up Right by Your Side, our latest song.
Yeah.
So they've been great. A couple other stations through Bayshore Broadcasting have picked that up as well. So it's getting a little support from the bigger stations. It's not quite the mainstream yet, but
that has nothing to do with it.
So how hard is it for a guy like Scott and your band, like the Scott Hallworth band, to get to mainstream fucking radio like today? How hard is it for you to get there?
it's tough. I mean, you figure stations only have so many spots they can add songs to for the rotation every week, right? And so if Chris Stapleton releases a new song and Eric Church releases a new song, there's maybe 2 of the 3 spots, and they're going to be looking and go, oh, maybe Shania Twain came out with a new one. We can either pick her, or we can pick Scott Howard.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name for a while.
Oh shit,
She's hot. She's still hot. Real.
You still? You still think she is?
She is.
Oh wow! I think she's old enough to be my grandmother by now. I don't know.
And that's it, Scott. You've been around the business a long time, and you fight every fucking time to get in. Every spin you guys do. There they are. Hey, welcome back, guys.
Can you hear us?
We can now. Yes.
Good
Yes.
Lord Almighty.
Yeah, Thunder and Jesus, bye.
Yeah, all silly over here, like,
Yeah, I got to give Robert Hiscock a little bit of shit though, because he's drinking water, and that's not Newfie Screech by any means of imaginary. How are we supposed to get screeched in if you're drinking water?
Well, I thought I was going to be on TV, or what makes you think it's water because it's clear?
All right. There
you go.
There you go.
Best Screech is fucking clear, man.
Yeah. So it's Screech. It's not bounce. There we go.
Well, if you like vodka, it's okay.
Yeah.
There you go. You take another sip. Hey, welcome to beer. Yeah. No shit,
beer,
vodka.
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Beer, bourbon, and friggin' outlaws. Hey, you're with us right here on the cabin. We've got a great bunch of guests with us. Enemy Line just decided to join back with us. So, hey, we'll bring them back in to introduce themselves here. Hey, welcome, Enemy Line, man. What a great tune that is. Great Vern song, man.
Chiseled in stone, love it.
Oh,
shit,
thank you.
What a song, Chiseled in stone.
Great version.
Bev sent me, gotta tell you, Bev sent me your new shit. You guys are like super getting to be mega friggin' band. Like, why did I only hear of you? Why did Bev only start sending me your shit? I got the #1 fucking show in 5 countries, and I just hear of the Enemy Line here in the last 2 weeks. Why? Tell me why.
I would guess in short because the first recording we did.
I think largely just because you're an asshole.
We did our first recording with Bev in mid-October. So.
Yeah, what a great song that is. I got to tell you, we are debuted your new one. What is it? Fireball?
Oh, Fireball, yeah. Fireball was actually done before.
Did that one today. Everybody loved it, guys. Tell you that.
Nice.
Yay.
We love you guys.
Here's what we got going here. I got 100 people that are telling me that, you got that great husband and wife duo, the Enemy Line. I'm going to tell everybody your sister.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at we got the ooze.
You're getting into Kentucky territory there, Don.
Yeah.
Hey, I think
Michigan's
He's close. He's in Ohio. Isn't that far off?
Yeah, the country music, it goes side and side, doesn't it? No, I'm just kidding, guys. Sorry, Robert Hiscock was trying to say something.
No, I was just going to say Jerry Springer take 2.
Jerry Springer.
Everybody in Ohio gives Kentucky folks crap and the other way around.
Show, man.
Yeah.
No shit. I love this guy, Anybody that comes up with a song like Redneck in Training, he's got a sense of fucking humor.
Hey, that's our half my family came from Kentucky, so I gotta ride the fence.
The other half came from fucking Kentucky too, right?
Yeah.
What about everybody from Ohio being from Kentucky or West Virginia?
Yep. Kentucky or West Virginia.
You guys are the enemy line. Where are you guys at? Detroit area, right?
Actually, we're a little bit south of Lansing. We're about maybe 60 miles west of Detroit, 70 miles west of Detroit.
So, like I said, Detroit area, right?
more Lansing than Detroit.
Like Flint, Michigan area.
Yeah, I know.
Closer.
Hey, when you get in, I got to tell you, and I got to bring this up. You're a Scot, I hear.
Me, I am a Scot. I'm
Is
Scott
that a married
Strong.
name? Is that
It is a married
thing?
name. Yep.
Guess what?
Yep. What?
I'm a Scot too, but not a married thing.
Ooh.
Yeah,
A born thing,
my
huh?
family. Yeah, my grandparents are all Scots.
Nice. There's something magical about a Scot.
That's when I text you. That's when I text you to chin up there, girl. You're a fucking Scot. Like, get your shit.
Yeah, yeah. I should have dug deeper into that comment for sure. I was just like, yeah, he's right. I am.
Hey, what happened to Corey? Like, did he just like have
You know what? I was,
in the hour waiting for us, or what?
I was
Did his
there,
bourbon like
trying
finish
to-
the bottle?
I'm still,
I got him on Messenger, but I can't find him anywhere.
There
I
he is.
can- I don't see him.
I see.
Fuck, he's here.
yeah, I'm
There he
still.
He's being patient. He's just waiting his turn. That's all. He doesn't want to interject when people are talking, right?
Yeah, that's it.
See, there,
There he is. You see, guys, here's the deal. Some of you guys are new to my show. Of course, Enemy Line and Corey and Lyle are all new here, man. If you don't butt in, you're not going to get any airtime.
Oh, especially with Don. Yeah, you just got to try to talk louder than Don, and hopefully your mic will drown out his because he won't shut up.
Oh, shit.
He says he
shit.
talks all the time, but you'll find he'll interrupt you and just keep on talking over you.
Fucking right, man. It's my show. I can do that.
And once in a while, I'll just give a jab out to Sauerkraut, cut his hair.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
shit. Every once
yeah.
in a while, we let him talk. Anyway, Corey, let's talk about Corey Stevenson. Where does Corey Stevenson come from? Where do you hail from, Corey, and what's in the future for Mr. Stevenson?
Well, man, I'm originally from West Virginia, and I moved to Greenville, South Carolina when I was about 13 years old, and started writing a lot of songs and working with different artists around here. And you mentioned like influences. George Jones was a big influence. Innings. So a lot of the outlaw country kind of rained down on me and brought out my music. I guess I kind of put everything in a melting pot and kind of put it all together.
You touched on something there. How do you feel about being locked into this outlaw country bunch like these guys we got here?
Man, I love it. Some of my best friends in the music industry, especially, it's kind of like it's like that kind of crew sticks together and everybody takes care of each other. You get in the mainstream country kind of this out now. Everything's so cutthroat, and Kurt and Kimmy, we've worked together so far great, and they're kind of become almost family to me. So
yeah, I noticed that you guys share a lot of each other's posts, and you guys got each other's back. But that seems to come in the whole independent music industry. Like Lyle, like you're kind of jumping on the bandwagon here in the last year or so. Like, how do you think about that? The whole indie artist, like, are you and Corey and everybody? You kind of all group into a big family, and you kind of always support each other. How do you find that in the music industry? So
far, I've found it to be very inspirational. Because just we're talking with you the other day, and with Rick, and just it seems like everybody's out to help others as well. It's not just, hey, it's all about me. Look what I can do. Share my posts, share my stuff. It's more community oriented, and that's what I find inspirational about it, because there's such good music out there that people don't know about. I mean, just in the area I live in, I mean, I can throw a rock and hit, a dozen musicians that could be playing on the road with any band. And good singers and songwriters that are just, and you just wonder, why aren't these people famous? Or, how come I've never heard of any of these people? And that's why, it seems like the more I get out there and get exposure to the indie world, the more I like it. There's people that make a really good living just doing independent work.
The only difference is, you've got to do it yourself, and that's the biggest influence about you guys. It's all doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, here's a general question for the whole group here. Like, would you rather be controlled by let's say, mother label, or do you guys all enjoy just doing what you're doing with just a little bump along the way with some help from friends, like with Beverly and people like that can guide you in the way, but kind of keep you in that independent world? Like, let's start with you, Lyle, and move on down the line, and each one of you just have a minute there and give me your thoughts on that.
I guess I have the mentality of I'll take what I can get. If it's staying in the indie realm, then that's fine with me. If I get an opportunity to go outside that and more mainstream, or even whether it's as an artist or just as a songwriter, I'm fine with that as well. It boils down to the music. Are there people that want to hear what I'm making? If they're out there and I can get my music to them and they like what I'm doing, I like what I'm doing, then I'm good with that. So I'm just honestly, I'm just along for the ride, and wherever it takes me, that's where I'm going to end up. That's kind of the mentality that I
be, right?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I have to be that way and be a little humble and receptive of whatever comes down the line. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, especially because I'm so new to this. So I can't expect a whole hell of a lot.
Well, like you say you're new at this, but your song has made some major popularity. I can't even get a fucking word out. Popularity for you. Like what is, how does that make you feel? Like you're kind of new on the scene. And I'll pose the same fucking question to Enemy Line, and each one of you is coming here today.
Yeah.
Like you got the attention of me, so like you. And you've also I got to tell you, each and every one of you that are here today, we it was supposed to have a special guest host here today, which was Mark Rosner, the executive producer of Rise Up TV, kind of big name in the music industry. And you guys, each and every one of you are here, has also sparked interest in Rise Up TV. So they're building a music network of the old MTV days, kind of deal. And, you spark their interest, you spark my interest. So, you got to have something behind you. But how does it feel when people, like for you, Lyle and Corey and Enemy Line, like when you read a post like I put out there, mega sensations, Lyle, Manring, and, super mega star Corey Stevenson and mega band Enemy Line. How does that make you guys feel?
Yeah, tingly.
Oh, tingly inside. Makes them feel tingly.
We got fucking beer and bourbon here, and we're talking tingly.
we got the feels going on here.
It's humbling. It really is.
Kurt, is your sister just being polite or what?
No, I think we're being respectful of our management's wishes.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Is your mom sitting in the room?
The manager is there saying you can't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't say if your mom's here or not. Don't say it.
Is Bev there with you guys?
Stop. Nope, that's it. Don't say I'm anywhere near you.
God, man, if Bev's here, get her in here.
Come on. You should have vetted this a little bit better, Don. I mean, you should have known that their handler was going to be there.
I knew she was going to be here. Like, I'm not crazy. She said she could hear. She texted me. I know she should.
I was going to say, you probably have shot collars. That's why she's sitting in the back.
Yeah, she found out Robert Eskridge was going to be on, and that was it. The shot collars came.
Yeah.
Don, it's funny. You talk about how to respond to it. It's weird. A lot of the stuff that I've written, I wrote years ago. I started writing in 2004 and just now started putting some of these songs out. They've just kind of been sitting on a shelf and not really sure when, where, and how I was going to do things. So like Redneck in Training, I wrote that in 2005, I believe. So I've been sitting on that song for a long time. And I tell you what sparked it for me is I started hearing taglines coming across that I wrote, certain songs coming across mainstream. Obviously not my song. Yep. Same tagline, same hook, kind of similar kind of hook. And I said, crap, I'm missing the boat on some stuff here. I need to get my music out there and at least get it out where people can hear it. And, maybe I can be that next guy on the radio, or, the guy on the radio buy my song instead of the other guys that wrote the same tagline. So that's kind of what pushed me to really start getting myself out there more. So to take that leap and then within this year start getting the response I'm getting. It's a sense of humility and validation, definitely. Going, okay, maybe I wasn't just blowing smoke up my own ass by saying you can do this or you're good enough. Getting that validation from people like yourself and some of the others that have been supporting of me really means a lot. I don't know how the others feel, but that's kind of the emotion that I get when I hear something like that. There's definitely validation to it, to what you're doing.
Yeah, my response to your question is,
Go ahead, Ebony Millen. Yeah, I was going to ask for you
know,
next.
when you guys had asked about what we want to be on a bigger label or if it's the indie the way to go for us, and I've always looked at it like I've been in construction working my whole life. I've busted my ass in concrete my whole life. I've killed myself, and I love the money, but I hate the work. And to be able to go and not have to punch a clock and be able to like be successful enough to maintain my life, that's all I want out of this. And to be able to give our music to people and have them respond how they've been responding is just a blessing. So.
Yeah, we don't want to hit a ceiling either. We don't want to hit a ceiling. We just want to keep climbing.
And that's it, like Robert, you touched on this whole thing what they're talking about earlier. You said your sail had fallen earlier in your career. I don't believe that's true, but how do you, when you hear young artists say that they don't want to level out, they just want to keep climbing? What advice do you have for guys like that?
Looking back where you guys are sitting today, seemed like yesterday, chasing it down in Nashville and doing them. Long story short, I ended up what I was doing, and I love what I do. So I think for the main pieces, I don't think you should ever, and I said this the other day on some talk show. It might have been with you, Don, I don't remember.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
But I do believe that as an artist, whether you're major, indie, minors, if you're just playing local honky tonks, I think that when you connect with music, I think it's got to be a real connection. It can't be some fake baloney that people can see through. And yeah, people can jump up and down. Some people dance. Some people get excited. But if you can't bring a connection from your heart or from your emotional side and how that brings a connection to a person, then music to me really doesn't do it for you. And I think that's what I see in a lot. And it's funny, whenever I saw these names and I start seeing Don, months ago, and he says, well, there's Rick Snyder. So what I do, I'm a nerd. I go out and I Google Rick Snyder and I find the dude. I'm like, oh shit, it's some good stuff. Then Lyle, I found out he was from Hamilton, Ohio. Corey, I love your little black and red rock and roll axe, and you got some fast fingers.
See, you guys got your first stalker. Look at that. Right? That didn't take long at all, did it?
Stalker, Robert Eskridge. Right? Here we go.
So we're not competitors, and this is what I love about the indie world, right? And this is what I encourage everybody to do is, if I find something that works for me, it might not work for Scott Howarth, but a little piece of it might, if he changes it a little bit or works with a different person or different this. And the nice thing is music is a pretty broad range. And it's not, I don't think anybody in this chat is exactly alike. And we bring a little bit of difference to each one. But you got to stay real to yourself, to the way that you write, the way that you present yourself, the way that you play.
Yeah,
the one thing I hate worse than anything is going to listen to a damn guy that I hear on the radio, and then he doesn't sound anything like I heard on the radio.
Bingo.
Just when I pulled in, right? That's
Bingo. And I tell the artists this when they come into my show, Robert, and I told you this too a long time ago when we had this discussion about new artists, is they got it, but now they got to fucking own it. Yeah, and they got to stop giving a shit what people think. If you believe in what you're doing, man, reach for the stars. And, and I learned that from you, is that sometimes, you just got to say, what the fuck? And just go ahead and do it.
It's true.